Hey guys, we're just going to go through a few little things in regards to like what you guys are experiencing. A little touch base on fiber, generally the stages of, we're not technically fasting, but the caloric deficit has very similar effects upon the body. So we're going to go through what is the detox process? What is detoxing and all? How does that all work? So what I've got here is a quick summary. It's probably the best sort of information I can possibly find that I can put it into simple terms for you guys. So essentially fasting is when we don't eat at all. When we're in a calorie deficit, we have similar effects. So like what you'll notice here is, so when you are in a caloric deficit, your blood sugar levels do drop. Not as low as this though. This is sort of on the lower side when it comes to fasting, but you will go on the lower side, and that's when the body will stimulate the liver, and this is where glycogen is converted to glucose and released in the blood. And this is essentially what we sort of use throughout the day, and that is enough so that's using your stored carbohydrates, so your carbohydrate tank for energy. Now for most of us, that carbohydrate tank by about end of the week this week, and we're only replenishing a little bit, will be like it's always going to be on the lower end of the side, like it's not going to be that much in there. So it's where our body will start to really push for fat stores for energy, because the carbohydrate intake is not going to be as high. Hence why your shakes have high carbohydrate intake, because you kind of need it. Now, symptoms wise, you guys will already be experiencing headache. Like these are things you don't have to experience all of them, but it's not uncommon to get headaches, dizziness, nausea, bad breath, glazed eyes, coated tongue. This is all the first stages of being in that stage, right? Now your body will start to push into that state for the first 2 days, so you will probably experience that up to 3 days. It just depends on what your past has been like. If this is your first red cycle, you're going to experience that longer. If it's not your first red cycle, not as long. Stage 2, this is where our body starts to adapt. So fats are starting to be broken down and used as one of the main energy sources, because they will convert it to glucose, which is essentially a ketone. The skin may become oily as rancid oils are purged from the body. So if you've got good skin, it's not uncommon to get pimples or a boil as the body purges all the basically shit from your body. It's just a sign of waste in the blood. Now, ketones are then formed. That's normal when you're dieting. You guys won't have, I don't think, because I've upped the carbohydrates, you guys shouldn't have to worry about being into ketosis. It's only if you were completely fasted, but similar effects will happen. And this is where sort of hunger will sort of play a role. Now, eventually this is going to dissipate probably up to the week mark. Like if you're still ravenous after the 7 days, your coach can slightly modify your intake. But for most of us, it's just that you're not used to being hungry, you're too comfortable. So just like anything, you're not going to get fitter in a workout if you just hang out being comfortable the whole time. You're not going to get stronger if you push the same weight on the bar every single time, etc., etc. So it's not uncommon. Hunger is normal, and you will be consuming your food when you are hungry. Note that on the weekends, I'm happy for you guys to still include carbohydrates in those 2 meals as well, because that'll act as a bit of a stimulant to metabolism. Don't be scared of your carbohydrates. So that's fine to have on the weekends. So still have your 1 shake and your 2 normal meals as if we're still dieting. It's all the good stuff, but you can add the carbohydrates in there. Try and work out if you can. Obviously, the more you work out, the better. This is where all the cool detoxy stuff happens. Now, if you've got a massive build-up, and this can be build up from years and years and years and years, this is where it's all going to come out. Now, when we start to go later through, this is where sort of after that first week, up to about day 10, depending on, again, your past, this is where you're going to start to get enhanced energy, clear-mindedness. You'll start to feel a lot better. You're finding that your inflammation and recovery will heal quicker. You'll feel more efficient in workouts, but that first stage can be a bit horrible. Just, it's good to know that it's normal. Sometimes it's hard. You get a bit freaked out if you think, oh, it's just me. It's not. Everybody goes through it, just to different extremes due to the past. Just remember, as this horrible as the greens are, they're there for a reason. They help your liver to do all the things that we're just going through now. They help your lymph nodes flush a lot of and the lymphatic system drain a lot of the shit out of your body. If you're not having it, you're gonna just be in for a world of hurt. And then basically halfway to the end, you're gonna feel a lot better. It's easier to stick to. This is why it's so crucial in the first 8 to 10 days, to really be nailing your program. Like, we want to be avoiding eating those shitty foods. Like, yes, you're going to get temptations. At the end of the day, it comes down to your own commitment. You've got to keep reminding yourself of what your end goal is, and keep on that focus. And that's why I've got that sort of mindset one. We'll do a good mindset one on the Sunday prep day. But that's all for today. That gives you a bit of an insight. Hopefully answers a bunch of questions and gives you guys a bit more information. I'll see you in the week.